And thank you for joining us here on the News at 10. You know, the snowstorm held off until after the heaviest traffic of the morning commute, but it still came in with enough force to kind of mess things up for midday drivers. Some people complaining how it took about an hour just to get from one side of Boise to the other today because of all the crashes and backups. ACHC is already out there, though, warning drivers to use caution today with those roads expected to ice up. We have team coverage tonight. Abby Davis is out along the connector, and we'll have the latest on our road conditions. But first, we're going to get over to the Weather Center with Rachel Garceau because we got more coming this way.
Yeah, we do, Brian. We had that lull in the snowfall here in the Boise area late in the afternoon. We saw a little surge this evening, and while the snow is letting up in some spots, certainly not everywhere. We still expect pockets of snow overnight. It's currently snowing in Valley County. You see the snowflakes coming down on an already snow-covered Highway 55 at Little Donner. Nampa, things are looking a little bit slick. Same with Highway 93 here out in Twin Falls. The Perrine Bridge looking shiny. That's not good when you have sub-freezing temperatures and moisture and precipitation in the mix. Snow was falling not long ago in Payette County there at I-84 and Highway 95. It looks like the snow has let up for now, but I would not be surprised by another round pushing back in the next hour or two. Already reaching for Canyon County. So here's what we're seeing up in Valley County and around that I-84 Highway 95 junction. Here's what we're watching right now moving across northern Owyhee County, making a beeline for Canyon and Ada County. Light snow will likely let up for all of you in the Magic Valley here in the next hour or so, but still we expect those rounds of precipitation to come in overnight. The wind still an issue as well. We're looking anywhere from 15 to near 30 mile per hour sustained winds. So if you do get caught, if you have to head out tonight in one of those pockets of snow, it will be blowing snow, and that was a big concern earlier today too with that visibility. Let's talk temperatures, and this will make a big difference in what kind of precipitation we see tonight. So we're sitting at 32 in Boise, mid to upper 20s for most of the Treasure and Magic Valleys, well below freezing, and that is key because we do have warmer air coming in aloft, so we could see some freezing rain tonight, which is snow that melts through that warmer layer, turns back into a raindrop, and then freezes instantly on contact with those frozen surfaces. That creates a layer of ice potentially on top of snow, so that will add insult to injury for tomorrow morning. We'll likely see temperatures in Boise down into the upper 20s tomorrow. I'll get to your full Friday, Valentine's Day forecast coming up in a bit, but right now we will check in with Abby Davis. She is out there braving the cold for us to give us a live look at how conditions are right now. Hey there, Abby.
Hey, Rachel, we are in West Boise, just off of I-184, and right now traffic is moving right along. The roads are really just slick wet, but an Ada County Highway District spokesperson did just text me and say that things are getting worse. The wind is causing the roads to ice up again in some areas. There were quite a few road closures throughout the day, including the connector. We saw some massive crashes and pileups this morning and afternoon that slowed a lot of people's commute. Here's video of a pileup in Meridian involving nearly 24 cars headed westbound. Traffic was stopped for about an hour. Last we heard, Ada County reported 80 crashes, 9 caused injuries. There were also nearly a dozen slide-offs. Canyon County reported 3 crashes earlier today. Idaho State Police says it responded to 26 crashes in the Treasure Valley and 7 in the Magic Valley. Jenny Pitcher drove past some of them.
This one truck was facing the wrong direction. Like, we were all going this way, but it was facing this way, and there were 2 cops and stuff, so they must have spun and stuff. So it was icier than it looked.
The ACHD spokesperson says their on-call supervisors will be out all night monitoring the roads. The number of crews they call in, of course, depends on how severe the weather gets. The agency uses various chemicals to stop ice from forming, as well as a sand-salt mix to help with traction.
Our goal is having the safest commute for all the residents of Ada County, so we're going to primarily focus on arterials, emergency areas, fire departments, hospitals, things of that nature, and then we're going. Once we can get those arterials clear, then we're going to move into collectors, which are slightly smaller streets.
ACHD wants people to stay off the roads if possible, like Brian mentioned at the top of the show. If you have to drive, here are some tips for staying safe. Make sure you check the conditions on 511.idaho.gov. Dress in layers instead of a bulky coat so you can move easily in case something goes wrong. Clear any snow or ice off your window, headlights, brake lights, and backup camera. You also want to keep an eye out for debris and wild animals. Of course, make sure you leave early in the morning as you're headed to work. drive slowly, and make sure that you really leave enough space between your car and the car in front of you. And Brian, of course, it is always a good idea for people to have an emergency kit in their car as well.
Exactly, and have a little patience and give a little distance to some of those trucks that are working the roads out there. All right, thank you very much, Abby.